Ihirukite, check. Wiru hazara, check. Winachkuna, check. Juro jura, check. Oh, haini pi hini karigiwi, wakanja kiriga wahaje. Now, I didn't know what to do exactly for this week's hoite, so I thought maybe we'll just do a day in the life. Maybe you'll pick up some new verbs, some new location words, maybe a couple of new nouns. But first, before anything, we need ni dashchak dahu. Hey ha, hui nek jawi. So if we're gonna do a day in the life, I figure I should probably tell you a little bit about myself. My name's Wakanja Kitty, and I oversee the content creation for Language Division. That includes film, audio, and art. Now, I don't want to take credit for all the work that's being done by Language Division. I work with a great group of people, and a lot of them, they make their own film, they make their own books, they make their own artwork, they do it all themselves. Just maybe when they want something maybe a little bit more elaborate, that's when they'll give me a call. Now, I do count myself lucky. I am a remote worker. Most of the work that I do can be done in the digital space. I don't have to be at any physical location, which, to be quite honest, has been way more productive for myself. Now, I do know that I am lucky and not everybody, has the chance to do that. So that's why this morning we'll stop at the coffee shop and I'll probably get some work done there. I'll probably be there till almost noon. I'm in Neohani Eja, that's Black River Falls. So I'm about to get my day started here. But first we need Nidashchak Dahu. I'm going to the Nidashchak Dahu Hoahu Eja. Now that's not an official Language Division word for a coffee shop, but it's one that I just kind of made up on the fly. It just means place where they pour coffee. Now I'm kind of a coffee snob, so I always try to frequent the small mom and pop stores because hands down they will always have the best coffee, always. Yes, even better than Dungeons and Dragons and Star Wars. And if you say any different, I will fight you. I'll probably lose, but I will fight you. I will die on this hill. And while I'm at the coffee shop, I'll probably get started on my day. I'll check my emails. I think I have a meeting this morning as well. I have to get started on an artwork project. And then of course there's always paperwork. I'll have to do that. And then once I'm done, I'll have to go to the Worawi Hochieja. That is the store. I'm making certificates today for our pathway students that graduated. And then I'll have to head to Ho'uni Hununinkeja to finish out the rest of my day. All right, we're here. We are at Revolution. Let's get some coffee. All right, so it's 8 o'clock and I'm gonna check my emails and get my day started. I gotta see who's trying to get a hold of me. I need to get started on some artwork that needs to get done. I gotta try to make a to-do list as well so I know what I'm doing for the rest of my day. So when I was working on the artwork, I was reminded of Chloris Lowe. He used to do all the Language Division's artwork, and I have a lot of respect for him. I had a lot of people teach me a lot of things when it came to the Ho-Chunk language, but he was my primary teacher. I learned most of what I know about the Ho-Chunk language from him. But I also thought of another person, Bill O'Brien, Wanahita. He worked for Language Division when I first started, and I think maybe like the first 3 months, me and him worked together like every day. We just sat at a table and we would just talk. Bill O'Brien was a really nice guy, and no subject was off limits, which was really nice, learning the language. He would always tell me stories behind words or just stories in general. Just whatever I wanted to know, he would tell me. And by the way, Chloris Lowe was the same way as well. Now, if you don't know who Bill O'Brien is, they used to call him Hollywood, and they called him Hollywood because he worked in Hollywood. He was in a bunch of movies in, I'm not sure the years his career spanned, but maybe like late 50s, but definitely 60s and 70s, and then maybe into the early 80s, I'm not sure. But he was in a bunch of movies back then, and if you remember the movie Tom Sawyer, he was Injun Joe in that. You know, I knew this after the fact, so it was really cool to go back and watch those movies and see that, hey, one of our own made it onto the silver screen. Okay, I'm getting a little bit long-winded and off track here, but a story about those two guys, Chloris and Bill. Chloris told me that a long time ago he had been watching TV and he fell asleep in his chair. And he woke up because he heard somebody speaking Ho-Chunk. He thought maybe somebody was trying to wake him up and speak to him. But when he opened his eyes and looked around, there was nobody there, but he looked at the TV screen and there was Bill O'Brien in a movie, and in the movie he was speaking Ho-Chunk. So just a fun little story there for you guys. Alright, it's time to go to the Wodawi Hochieja and then off to Ho'uni Khononenkeja. Ejahani Chakjawi. I kind of lied, we need to stop and get some wikini. So I am at the Wikini Hoju Eja. That might be a new word for you. Wikini Hoju Eja, the gas station. Wikini is gas. Hoju is to like put something inside something. So that's what the gas station is called. Wikini Hoju Eja. Ho'uni Khononenkeja Hajid. So yes, I do most of the time work from home, but every once in a while I do need to go to the office, which is about a half-hour's drive down in Toma from Black River Falls. And when I go to the office, I usually use it to record people or film people, do interviews, stuff like that. Or if I just need to use a specific piece of equipment that's housed here at the office. Alright, so I've finished designing the certificates. Time to make them official with a seal. Gonna stuff them in an envelope and send them out. So a less glamorous part of my job is hosto, meetings. This one, it's only going on an hour. Alright, that was my day. The only thing that's left to do is pack up and head out. We call that hakarekshine. Don't worry, I'm gonna make a word list of all the words that appeared in this video, and I'm gonna post it in the comments for you guys. So if you didn't find this video educational, maybe at least you found it entertaining. Trust me, there was a whole bunch of content that I made for this video that didn't make it into the video because it didn't have a whole lot of educational value. But now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I'll make a kind of like a follow-up to this video, a part 2. It's just a lot of old Ho-Chunk apprentice stories, hanging out, learning from the old guys, all those stories that they told me. I could make like a whole series of the stories that I heard coming up as an apprentice. But as always, like, share, and definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers for, well, no reason really, but just to get there. So definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. And other than that, Jegokira hihekshine, hakarekshine, haizo umuyaje.